Hi guys and welcome to Shifting Gears, and with me today I have the 2022 Jeep Meridian. ये Jeep कंपनी की नई D segment SUV है. This is their new 7-seater SUV which will rival the likes of the Toyota Fortuner. As you all know, ये Jeep Meridian Jeep Compass के ऊपर position होने वाली है. Bookings have opened and deliveries are going to start very soon. This is an all-new vehicle, and in this video we are going to talk about the exterior design, the interior space, the driving experience on tarmac, and we will also take this Jeep Meridian off the road because it is a Jeep and the brand claims that this is a proper SUV and it is not just a poser. So first, let's talk about the exterior design of this Jeep Meridian. This 7-seater SUV measures 4769 millimeters in length, 1859 millimeters in width, 1698 millimeters in height, 2782 millimeters in wheelbase, has a ground clearance of 203 millimeters, 20-degree approach angle, 22-degree departure angle, curb weight ranging between 1798 to 1890 kilograms, and 60 liters of fuel tank capacity. Compared to the Compass, the Meridian is larger in every dimension and it shows. The good thing is, the design language is very classy. There is no overdone element on the exterior and this will remain a good looking SUV even after years of ownership. Overall, street cred is great too, but compared to its ladder on frame competition, it does lack that butch appeal a little. Nevertheless, to me, in this segment, this would score top marks for what it looks like. Features include LED projector headlamps with DRLs, LED tail lamp, a healthy dose of chrome on the front, side and rear, LED fog lamps, powered rear tailgate, dual tone effect for the roof and for the snazzy looking 18-inch alloy wheels, cameras on all four sides for a 360-degree view, all-season tires which performed brilliantly on a tricky trail, automatic headlamps and wipers, roof rails, roof-mounted spoiler, shark fin antenna and more. Of course, this is a rough road friendly Jeep, so there is generous body cladding all around. It is a handsome looking SUV, this Jeep Meridian, making boxy designs great again. This Jeep Meridian, it is quite a good looking car on the outside. But what about the interior cabin? क्या ये गाड़ी spacious है? क्या ये गाड़ी premium है when you want to just spend your long hours inside the cabin when you go out on that long road trip? चलिए अभी बात कर लेते हैं इंटीरियर कैबिन के फीचर्स के बारे में, स्पेस के बारे में and the overall comfort that you can expect from this 7-seater SUV. On the inside, it is a mixed bag. The Jeep Meridian feels proper premium compared to its rivals, and most importantly, it does feel like a cut above compared to the Compass. Yes, the dimensions are larger than the Compass, but the space doesn't really feel class leading. For the driver to get in and out is an easy task. This is a monocoque SUV, so you don't have to step high inside this Meridian. Powered seats for the front cabin add to the convenience and feel-good factor. Overall, you sit in a nice and commanding driving position, and most importantly, the Meridian feels solid behind the wheel. Thanks to the 80-degree wide opening second row doors, it is easy for ingress and egress. All of your family members will find it relatively easy to hop inside the second row of the Meridian. What you will notice though is that the seat back lacks side bolstering, a cheat code to enhance the cabin width. But still, I would say that the Meridian would be a spacious SUV for 2 in the back and a squeeze for 3 adults. Under-thigh support though is good and seating posture is comfortable too thanks to the reclining seat back. A big miss is that the second row seat bench doesn't move forward and backward. For the third row access, Jeep is offering one-touch tumble fold second row seats which flip fast. But consider the last row seats only for kids please. Adults will feel punished over here and even teenagers will find this space inadequate. If you ask me, use the Jeep Meridian as a 5+2 seater only for those rare occasions, and mostly just fold the third row seats and make the best use of the space available. For what it's worth, the third row seats also have a reclining function. Boot space is 170 liters in 7-seat configuration and 481 liters in 5-seat layout. Apart from the space crunch though, the Meridian has all that you need on the inside. Noteworthy features include brown leather upholstery for the seats and even on the dashboard mid-pad, healthy dose of satin chrome and gloss black on the inside to break the monotony, 10.2-inch full digital instrument cluster with multiple layouts, remote keyless entry with push button start, dual zone climate control, third row AC vents with independent controls, wireless charging, 10.1-inch touchscreen infotainment, 9-speaker sound system with an amplifier, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, connected car features, voice commands, practical storage spaces all around, very useful ventilated seat function for the front occupants, plenty of charging points, and of course, how can we forget a dual pane panoramic sunroof to wow the customers. For the 4x4 variants, on the tunnel console, you have the Select Terrain selector and buttons for 4-wheel drive low, 4-wheel drive lock, hill descent control, etc. One finer detail, we like the screen resolution of the infotainment screen and also the camera feed. However, the speedometer cluster doesn't really look and feel crisp as per modern car standards. 170 HP of power, 350 Newton meters of torque. Is that good enough for this big D segment SUV? चलिए अभी इस Jeep Meridian के परफॉर्मेंस के बारे में बात कर लेते हैं. If you are planning to use this as your daily driver, is it potent enough? Is it punchy enough? Does it have enough go to meet the show? Let's talk about that. Powering the Jeep Meridian is a 2-liter multi-jet 2 4-cylinder turbocharged diesel motor producing 170 horsepower at 3750 rpm and 350 Newton meters of torque between 1750 to 2500 rpm. This 1956cc engine comes coupled to either a 6-speed manual or a 9-speed automatic gearbox. The 4x2 variants are front-wheel drive and can be had with the manual gearbox or with the automatic. But the 4x4 all-wheel drive variant only comes with an automatic gearbox. Jeep claims to have tested the Meridian for over 7 lakh kilometers and reliability should not be a concern. Jeep reveals that the Meridian will sprint from 0 to 100 km per hour in 10.8 seconds, has a power-to-weight ratio of 95 PS per ton, and top speed of 198 km per hour. Respectable for a car of this size, I must say. Other important features include dynamic steering torque control, frequency selective damping suspension, all independent suspension, hydraulic rebound stopper, water fording capacity of 16 inches, crawl ratio of 20.426 on the all-wheel drive automatic, and much more. Jeep also claims that the Meridian will offer the fastest acceleration in its class and will be the most comfortable SUV. It has the strongest monocoque construction with lowest body roll and better steering for good dynamic handling. While Jeep had a lot to claim and we had very little time behind the wheel on tarmac, let me tell you that the Meridian is a fantastic SUV to drive. It is much better than the Toyota Fortuner, which keeps tossing you left, right and center even on a flat surface. The Meridian feels sure-footed and simply glides over uneven roads without making you feel too much of pitch and roll. The driver and the passengers all will appreciate the ride quality. There is some firmness felt at slow speeds, but once you pick up pace, this Meridian is a brilliant mile muncher. NVH package overall was acceptable and the gearbox felt reasonably smooth too. There is enough punch from the motor for highway cruising and for those fast overtakes, but the tuning is such that the Meridian wants to keep you more comfortable than engaged. The steering wheel gives you good feel and feedback, and you always have a good sense of where the wheels are pointing. This is a big SUV though, and even though the body roll is well controlled, sharp steering inputs at higher speeds can result in some unwanted understeer. For the enthusiast, there are no paddle shifters, but then do you really want to shift 9 gears with your hands? So this Jeep Meridian, it is a good looking car on the outside, it is quite premium on the inside, and the on-road behavior is quite mature too. But this is a Jeep. Does it have that Jeep DNA? Can it go off-roading? Can you venture into the distance and explore nature without having to worry about getting stuck? Let's check out the off-road performance of this all-new Meridian. Now comes the party trick, the off-road abilities of the Jeep Meridian. And this did blow our minds. This is a unibody SUV, not a typical ladder-on-frame off-road machine. But still, what it could manage was something most customers would not even think of. The approach angle, breakover angle and departure angle is brilliant. Not once did the Meridian scrape anywhere with me behind the wheel. Also, there is no old school transfer case at the bottom, so you don't have to manage that either on a trail. Take this Meridian out to explore and it will surprise you how well it can tackle steep inclines, axle twisting ditches, sandy terrain, gravel, mild slush with absolute ease. All of this while staying in auto terrain mode. Should you get stuck, you can select the low ratio and 4-wheel drive lock. But not once did the Meridian hesitate. All this while running on road tires. Like the Compass Trailhawk, the Meridian does not get a rock mode yet, so we can hope for a Meridian Trailhawk variant in the future. This is a proper Jeep, very capable of the road. Most owners won't even reach the limit of this SUV's abilities, so there is very little to complain when the Meridian moves off the road. Quick note for the overly enthusiastic bunch though, this 4x4 is actually an all-wheel drive. So that pretty much sums it up. That is all that I want to share with you about this Jeep Meridian SUV. आप हमें कमेंट्स में बताइए क्या लगता है आपको इस गाड़ी के बारे में. Do you think this Jeep Meridian can dethrone the Toyota Fortuner in the D SUV segment? Will you spend your hard-earned money and bring this car home? Or will you be okay with compromising on some space, save some money and still bring home the tried and tested Jeep Compass? अगर आपके और कोई सवाल है इस गाड़ी के बारे में, ask us in the comments below and we will be happy to help you out. Till next time, subscribe to the Shifting Gears channel, press that bell icon, always drive safe and always guys, wear your seatbelts.